What is going on, y'all? Double T here, back with another video, and it has been quite some time since we've done an official pickups video, so I figured why not do that today. We've got some bad weather today, so I actually don't have work, so I'm like, you know what, it's time for another pickups video. And it's not going to be a huge pickups video or anything like that. I have plenty of videos on my channel where I have like a huge massive stack of games, but this, I've got 7 games today, and it is across 4 different consoles technically, so there is some variety in there. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. But before we do, I want to know what games you guys have picked up lately. Have you guys been picking up for any specific consoles? Like, what are you collecting for in 2026? I would love to know. I'm really a bit all over the place. Like in my pickups video today, I've got 7 games that I found. A lot of them, actually all of them were a part of some sort of deal. Whether that's retro game stores or GameStop deals. I've actually been enjoying collecting for newer consoles, and when I say newer, I mean PS4, PS5, and then of course I do also want to continue expanding my PS3 collection. If you guys don't know, I have a playlist on my channel called Project PS3. That is kind of an ongoing project that I have going on, and it started all the way from buying my PS3. I never had a PS3 growing up or anything like that, so it went from buying it to the collection of games I have now for the PlayStation 3. So that's been really fun, and you guys seem to enjoy that series. So I do have some PS3 games in here today, so that's a little sneak peek. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well, and yeah, I would love to know what games you guys are collecting for in 2026. Let's go ahead and get into it. The first game that I picked up is Zone of the Enders HD Collection for PlayStation 3. Now, I really don't know much about Zone of the Enders, but I have been very curious about it ever since I found out about this franchise on the PlayStation 2. And I don't even know if it's on other consoles. I'm really not sure. I'm pretty sure it's a PlayStation thing, but I could be wrong. Correct me if you guys know and I don't. But it looks like a pretty cool mech game, mech style fighting game. High-speed mech action. That's literally what it says on the back. But yeah. HD collection, so this is, I believe, games that were on the PlayStation 2, and they are, remade for HD on the PlayStation 3, and it is a Konami, game, so that's pretty cool. Also, pretty cool thing about this is it says includes a demo of Metal Gear Rising Revengeance on the disc, so that's pretty cool. I do actually have that game, and that is one that I really need to play, and I plan to play very soon. This next game, you guys might be like, why did he pick this game up? Like, is it not shovelware? In my opinion, it is not shovelware, and that is Cars 2 for the PlayStation 3. This one might take you guys a little bit by surprise, but I love Cars, the movies, the games, and Cars 2 specifically. Growing up, I actually used to have it on the Xbox 360, and I remember playing that game so much, beating it, and still playing it after for hours. I loved that game. I thought it was really cool, and so I saw this at GameStop for a pretty cheap price and decided to pick it up because it's something that I would want to try and see how it runs on the PS3. I'm honestly curious. I mean, it shouldn't have any problem running it, but I'm just curious because I had it on 360 growing up, so sometimes I like to do that. And just see maybe if there's any differences, see the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 do obviously control a little bit different. The controllers are way different. So sometimes it really makes that whole experience of a game different if you play it on one console versus the other. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm trying to say, but Cars 2 for the PS3, another cool PS3 game. And this next one is another game that I found. Was this at GameStop or was this at another store? I can't remember. I think this was a GameStop game as well. I think I got this game and Cars 2 at GameStop together, and that is Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City for the PlayStation 3. So that is pretty cool, and I am excited to get into this one. I've heard a lot of things about this game. A lot of people really like this game. Some people really dislike this game, so I always want to make an opinion for myself on it and play it and see how it goes. And after playing Resident Evil 4 2 years ago, I believe it was 2024, for the first time ever, I really liked that game and really kind of want to explore more Capcom games. So I'm like, Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. I've heard a lot about this game. It was really cheap, and I picked them both up. Also, little side story here. Now that I'm thinking about it, I remember picking these games up from GameStop, and they when I saw the cases on the on display, they just were empty cases, right? They didn't have the disc in it, which is normal. They usually have the disc behind the counter, and they didn't have their manuals in it. So I just was thinking, you know what? Neither of them might have the manual. They might not come with the manual. They might just have the disc for it. And I usually like to collect complete games, but I was like, you know what? I'll just try it anyways and see. Maybe I'll get lucky, or if not, I'm okay with not having the complete manual on these games. So I went up to the counter, and they actually had the disc and the manuals for both of them behind the counter. So that was pretty cool. And I was like, oh, I didn't expect to get the manual, so that's pretty cool. And she was like, yeah. The clerk that was checking me out, she was like, yeah. It just depends how they get traded in. If they get traded in with the disc and the manual, then sometimes they'll keep it. Behind the counter with the disc, the manual and the disc together. And they said that it all depends on how the GameStop warehouse sends these games to the GameStop. And she's mainly talking about the retro games when I'm talking about this. But yeah, so I was like, sweet, 2 complete games when I wasn't really 100% expecting it. So that was cool. This next game is one that I really want to get to, but it is a long game, and we'll see if I get to it in 2026. I really do want to play this game and another game that goes along with it. You'll understand it once I say it. But Final Fantasy VII Remake. And I want to play Remake, and I also want to play Rebirth. These are 2 games that are like beloved in the Final Fantasy world. And if you guys don't know, if you guys aren't subscribers to the channel, I have been dabbling in Final Fantasy X, and that's been a lot of fun. I'm actually enjoying it way more than I thought I would. I am enjoying that turn-based mechanics of that game, and I know every Final Fantasy game is different, but I do really want to try Remake out and Rebirth, and I got this in the GameStop 4 for $40, 4 for $40 with 4 games under $20 from GameStop. So I got this game and then my next 3 games as well from that same deal. But excited to have this one. I've never played it. Never played Final Fantasy VII at all. And now there's there's Final Fantasy VII, there's Remake, there's Rebirth, there's Integrate, there's all kinds of Final Fantasy VII games. It's honestly kind of confusing because I'm not deep in the weeds with Final Fantasy and all the lore behind it and just as intact with that community. But it is something that I do enjoy, and I am, wanting to be a part of a little bit more. So that's pretty cool. This next one, honestly, this is the last game that I found for my 4 for $40 deal at GameStop, and it's because I couldn't really find anything else at the GameStop. So I picked up a physical copy of Jedi Survivor, and this is one that I haven't played yet, so I do want to play through it. I have played a lot of... Dang it, why is my mind blanking? What is the other one? There's Jedi Survivor, and then there's... whatever the other one's called. That's the other Jedi game that came out somewhat recently. These are pretty fun games. I'm a big Star Wars fan. I'm not a super in-depth Star Wars fan, but I really do enjoy the series. I've watched all the movies, everything like that, but I do want to play this one. So I picked up that. The next one, remember I said that I was getting into Resident Evil a little bit more heavily these days? I picked up a copy of RE2 on the PlayStation 5, and actually a really clean copy. Of course, there's just the disc, unfortunately. A lot of new games don't come with any manuals, which is kind of unfortunate. I love a big, thick, published manual that's colored. It's just cool to me that they have those. Games used to have posters in them, full-size posters, smaller posters, whatever it may be. Back in the, 7th gen and under, Xbox 360, PS3, and then before that, they used to always come with some cool stuff. Even sometimes trading cards and stuff like that. And it's more rare to come by these days, which is pretty sad. But like I said, been really enjoying Capcom games and Resident Evil. So my buddy said that I have to play Resident Evil 2. So here it is. And I also do have the remake for Resident Evil 4 on PlayStation 5, and I haven't played the remake yet. The first time I ever played it was actually on the PlayStation 2, played the original, just how it is intended to play, and that game's freaking amazing. So I do want to play the remake of that, and then also RE2 at some point. We'll see when I get to them. This next game was one that is definitely one that I wasn't looking for specifically, but Adventure Time, Explore the Dungeon Because I Don't Know. Yeah, I really don't have much to say about this. This one unfortunately didn't come complete, no manual. I'm fairly certain that it had a manual when it came out, but that's okay. It's still a decently clean copy of it, you know, just game in case. But yeah, I've actually heard some good things about the Adventure Time games, whether that's on Xbox 360 or even the 3DS games. I've heard some good things about them, that they're pretty cool. I know that there's a Adventure Time game on the 3DS, I believe it was, that's actually like a Zelda clone, like a Zelda-like game. That one looks pretty cool to check out, but I don't know a ton about this game, but I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try and just see. Maybe I'll make a video on it or something, do something cool with it. I'm always a fan of like the movie tie-in games or show tie-in games. A lot of times they are hidden gems, in my opinion. There's some great ones in the, they don't make them very much anymore, unfortunately, but there's some great ones back in the day that they used to make with like movies and shows that they would make games for. So anyways, that is my, decent little pickups video. And I think, I do a pretty good job of collecting across multiple consoles. Xbox 360, PS3, PS4, and PS5 in this pickups video, but yeah. Alright, actually I lied to you guys. I picked up 8 games. I actually just finished the video and I was just about to turn on my PlayStation 3 to play the next game I'm playing, and I saw this game, and I usually like have a little stack of games where we're like, okay, after I finish this game, I want to play this game next, so I put it next to the console that I'm playing it for. And I forgot that I wanted to play this one pretty soon, so I put this on the floor, or I put it next to my console, and I forgot to add it to the pickups video. So I lied to you guys. I actually picked up 8 games, and it's another PS3 game, so I figured let me go ahead and cut in and just add this to the video. Portal 2. And unfortunately, yes, this is a game that I have never played before. I know it's like an all-time great, an all-time banger with the, PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 generation. And this one, I actually, it wasn't a GameStop. It was at a movie trading company. Found this game. They had a buy two, get one free sale. I believe it was that I picked up some games with. But anyways, Portal 2, man. This is one that I've been looking for a while. I've been looking for a clean copy, and I honestly didn't care if I picked it up on Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3. I just happened to find it on PS3 first for a good price and a good clean copy. So really excited to have this one and play it. I cannot wait to play Portal 2. I've played very little of it at a friend's house, back in the day, but like when it came out. But never actually played it all the way through, and I know it's a pretty short game, so I want to play it soon. So, sorry you guys, I actually had that last game that I forgot to add. But I'm glad I saw it just in case, right after, and I was like, you know what, okay, I gotta add this in so I don't let you guys down. But anyways, back to the video. Let me know what your favorite game that I picked up in today's video is, and which one out of the stack that I should play first when trying these games out. So, hope you guys have a great one. Thank you guys so much for the support on the channel, and if you watched all the way to the end, I really do appreciate you. And yeah, I look forward to more pickups videos soon. See you guys later. Peace.